Good day, good day, good day, everyone. Welcome to Morning Sip with Red Melissa. I am Red Melissa, and SIP stands for Spirit in Practice, where we practice because practice makes progress. I am an interfaith minister and spiritual life coach, supporting people in transforming their lives. So let's get into it as I clean my glasses. All right. So I hope everyone's doing well. I am excited to continue this series, Sekou. Yes, I told you I was going to wear the shirt today, right? Essential worker, aka warrior. So that is another creation by Sekou Wrights. He created this T-shirt during COVID when we were shut in, and the whole thing was about the only people who could be out and about, working and such were what was called essential workers. And it always got me, I don't know, in a certain way about, well, who determines who's essential and who's not? We're all essential, right? But I get it. When you're dealing with a pandemic, it takes on that meaning. So we are in there we go. We are in our Essentiate series. We're in our Essentiate series, and I am so thrilled to be in this series. There we go. I have been trying to figure out how to turn the timer off the banners because StreamYard keeps, updating, upgrading their platform, and then they add these little tools that, for me, the timer doesn't work in this instance. Anyway, I digress. I figured it out. Essentiate is up on the screen now, and it will not time out. So let me get back into the flow of our Essentiate series. And so I shared that essentiate is a word that is considered obsolete. If you look it up in the dictionary, it's not there. However, the origins of words are never obsolete. So I prefer looking at the origin of words along with the definition, because the definitions evolve, they change, they shift, right? But the origin stays. The origin of the word stays. So the origin of the word essentiate is to form the core being or essence of something, to become essential. And we are all essential. But are you living your life? Are you living your life from that place of knowing that your very existence, your very presence on the planet at this time is essential? It's essential. The gifts that you are here to share, develop, expand are essential. So we've been working with this question, right? What are you essentiating in your life? What are you essentiating in as your life? What are you essentiating as your life is the question that we have been invited to explore for this series, Essentiate. So, inspired by Mark Nepo's book, The Fifth Season, yesterday we were talking about immersion, right? So what are you immersed in? And one of the things that Mark writes in the book, The Fifth Season, is the true award for immersion is our experience of aliveness and oneness. The true award for immersion is our experience of aliveness and oneness. Are you alive? Some of us are breathing, but we ain't alive. So are you living fully alive? Are you fully immersed in your life? My girlfriend called me yesterday. She was like, she's like, she all up in her feelings because I was sharing about her obsession with the Real Housewives franchise. And she was just laughing, hearing me talk about it. She said, I really got to look at this. Like, how much time am I spending in the lives of the Real Housewives, right? I think a little bit too much, she says. So, immerse. What are you immersed in? What are you immersed in? So I ran out of time yesterday, but there was another story in the book, The Fifth Season, that I wanted to share. And I also saw after the show, a couple of folks had written in the comments what their essence, the essence that they are making a commitment to more fully immerse themselves in for 2026. Because we're deepening from quality to essence. So, what is your essence that you are committed to embodying, embracing, experiencing, immersing yourself in for 2026? So, I'm going to share all of that, and I'm going to start with the story. So, again, it's from The Fifth Season by Mark Nepo. And this is the story as it relates to being immersed, right? And so yesterday I shared the story of him watching his father build wooden sailboats and how immersed his father was in that, and the imprint that left on Mark Nepo, that being immersed, being in the details of our lives is so important because it connects us with our aliveness and our oneness more deeply. So this was another story that he shared that I just loved. So it's the story of a mother, and it's told by a woman named Lyra. So Lyra's telling this story that her mother was a classical pianist. He writes her story. Mom persevered in the face of sexism of the 1940s through the 1970s and built a robust musical career. Late in life, my sparkling mother, taught me by example how to keep going despite aging. In her 80s, she still vigorously practiced the piano from arthritic pain. I remember watching her work on a piece by Franz Schubert, one of her favorite composers, and struggle to find a comfortable fingering. Damn, she said, maybe this will work. Ooh, that's better. Her hands were redder and more swollen. Ma, doesn't it hurt when you play? I asked. She stopped and looked at me over her rhinestone glasses she wore. She said, what? You think it doesn't hurt if I don't play? She started up again, Schubert flowing from her twisted fingers, music filling the house. So even though her mother was suffering from arthritis in her hands, she felt, and she told her daughter, it was more painful for her not to practice the piano than it was for her to do so with arthritis in her hand. Take that in. Take that in. It is more painful for us to not live our lives fully than it is to just be going through the motions. So we get to live our lives fully. Yes? So I want to share this. This evokes another law of living, that the pain of not playing is greater than the pain encountered while playing. More deeply, the pain of not being fully alive is greater than the pain encountered while living. And the commitment to live a creative life, whatever that means to you, is essential. So, like an aging stream, we can follow the turns of life as it teaches us how to meander and offer our song. Mark Nepo, I just love the way you write. He's so poetic. But that is so, can't you see it? I could just see the whole story. And then you could look to apply that in your life, right? The pain of not living your life fully. The pain of not living your life fully is more painful than just going through the motions of just settling, of saying maybe someday. Right? We got to get in there, immerse ourselves in the essence of who we are. So, after the show, I saw that Fee wrote, when I asked, what are you willing to immerse yourself in? What is your essence? What is the essence that you are committing to immersing yourself in by being it next year in 2026? And this is what Fee said. Fee said, growth, building her brand, and being co-creative with Sekou rights. So what I take from that, Fee, is that your essence for 2026 is growth and creative or creativity. And your goal is to build your brand and to create with Sekou. So we have our essence that we are immersing ourselves in, and then we have our goal, right? We have our goal. So it's really important to distinguish what the essence is from the goal. The goal is not the essence. The goal is the doing. The essence is the being. We got that? I love this example of Fee. I love this example. Growth, building her brand, being co-creative with Sekou. We have a blend of the essence and the doingness and the goal. But the essence is growth and creativity. The goal is building her brand and creating with Sekou. Shay shared that her essence for next year is creative. So Shay is immersing herself in creative or creativity. So what are you? What's percolating, right? What's bubbling up for you now? Because we're preparing now for 2026. We're preparing now for 2026. Setting the intentions now. Yes? Because y'all, 2026 is a couple of weeks away. A couple of weeks away. So tomorrow we're going to do our roll call for our quality for 2025 so that we can close that out. You could do your assessment of that with kindness and with gentleness, no judgment, no criticism about 2025, right? And then we start to toil the soul for 2026. Yes? So I want to end this today with a quote that Mark Nepo shares in the book. The quote is by John Ruskin. The highest reward for a person's toil is not what they get for it, but what they become by it. The highest reward for a person's toil is not what they get for it, but what they become by it. What are you accentuating? What are you immersed in? What is your essence? What are you inviting to experience and express and embody more fully? Because it's already in there, y'all. We are wholeness. There is nothing missing. There is nothing broken. We come back in alignment, right? Sometimes we go offline. So it's time to come back online through our alignment, through our acceptance, and through our allowing that which we already are. Oh, how delicious. We already are. The essence, the true essence of our being is already whole. And we get to experience and embody that more fully by immersing ourselves in our divine essence. Yes? That's what we get to do. That's what we get to be now. Now. Not when we think we have all the money we need, not when we think we are in a relationship, not when we think we got the right job, not when we think we got the right kitchen. Hello, Red Melissa. None of that matters. What matters is you, the essence of you. And what the world needs now, y'all, are more of us who know the truth about who and whose we are. Everybody. Everybody. So we're going to wrap up Essentiate tomorrow. And tomorrow is going to be the final show, the final live show, because I shared that I'm going to be on vacation starting December 15th. However, you will have replays of Morning Sip with Red Melissa. I'm not going to leave you hanging. You will have replays of the show from 2020 and 2021. All right, so we'll get into more of that and some joy news. Let me check in with y'all and see what y'all have to share. All right, so good day, everybody. Shay says, it's essential for me to create and allow. All right, Shay, I'm starting the list today. So I'm going to put it down for Shay, create and allow as the essence that she is immersing herself in for 2026. Got you, Shay Love. Got you. Good day, Linda. It's good to see you. Whenever you get here, it's right on time, girl. Yes, say cool. The Real Housewives got her. And receive. Okay, we got you, Shay. Create, allow, receive. Got it. Shay, love this so much, especially as someone with chronic pain. I do it anyways. Yes. Yes, Shay. Yes. Deborah, I am emerging myself and creating a body of work to add to my portfolio of paintings that express my soul, to be all that God has created me to be and do. Yes. Yes, Deborah. So that is what you're focusing on. That is how you are demonstrating what you are what you are immersing yourself in. What is the essence of that for you? Just one word. What is the essence? Right? We used to say the quality, but now I'm saying the essence. So what is the essence of that for you? And so it is. Yes, yes, yes. Immersion and self-love. Oh, yes, Linda. That might be one of mine too, girl. I've had downloads several times. That's it. All right, Linda. We're going to write it in pen. We're going to write it in pen. So Linda got self-love. Deborah, you're going to let me know. Co-creating. All right. So Deborah is co-creating. We got Shay is create, allow, and receive. I think we got Fee is growth and creative. All right, that list is building. That list is building. So we'll wrap this up tomorrow with our roll call so that we can declare the qualities for 2025 complete. And we start embracing now what we are calling forth. Yes? Yes. All right, y'all, let's get into some joy news. So I want to thank Shay for hanging out with me yesterday in our community cafe for our prayer works. We had a wonderful evening. And starting in January, community cafe is going to be a little different. We're going to do book studies instead. So I'll share more about that. Just follow me on social media and you'll see more information about what book we will be starting with for January of 2025, which is separate and apart from our journey through the 30-Day Mental Diet book by Willis Kinnear. This has become my signature class that I do every January to support ourselves in the year. And so we start on January 13th. It's 6 weeks, 7 p.m. to 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom. We're going to start the new year with clarity, joy, and intentional living. So you can register now by scanning the QR code that you see on the screen, or you can go to bit.ly/joy2026. All of the information is there. The cost is $79 through the end of the year. Starting January, it increases to $99. And for all my Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living members, the cost is only $55. Get the book now if you don't have it. If you've done it before, do it again, because why? Every year it is different because you are different. So I am excited. I am thrilled, especially because I'm adding a component to the 30-Day Mental Diet. So it is a upgrade, if you will. And I'm really excited because it's something I've been working on and immersing myself in. And the people who are in this class will be the first to experience this enhancement to the 30-Day Mental Diet journey. So get the book, register, and join me on January 13th, 7 p.m. on Zoom. All right. What else do I want to share? So I mentioned that I'll be on vacation starting December 15th, which is next week, y'all. It is. I will be back on January 2nd live with our first full moon meditation for 2026. So I was checking the calendar last night to see when the new moon is, and it's on January 3rd, which is a Saturday. So we're going to come back live on the 2nd, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for our first full moon meditation of 2026. So mark your calendars now. Full moon meditation with Reb Melissa, January 2nd at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be wonderful. All right, y'all. So I will see y'all tomorrow. I see you, Deborah. I got co-creation, and I'll start building that list. We'll do a roll call so we could close out 2025. and keep it moving. Yes? So remember the questions, y'all. What are you essentiating in your life, as your life? What are you immersed in? Yes? What are you immersed in? Being and doing in 2026. What is that essence? What is your essence for 2026? So some of you already got it. Some of you even have your goals that support that essence, or the essence that supports those goals, I should put it that way, which is wonderful. So let's write it down, because we know how powerful it is when we write things down. So if you got a journal, write it down. My essence is, and you could, that's my beingness, and my doing is, and you could write down your goals. All right? So let's get the toil. Let's get to toiling, y'all. Let's get to toiling. And we are ready, we are willing, we are able. Yes? And if you're not any of those, only thing is required is a willingness. And you can move from there. So peace and blessings, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes. Remember, you are essential. You are essential. Love you all.